I've always been a guy that wanted to work, even since I was little. I always wanted to work and earn. I saw my parents working a lot. I went to work with my parents sometimes. My dad's a workaholic. So I believe that I got this honest. And I was taught at an early age that hard work pays off. And that has to be a part of your characteristic. And that's something that I pride myself with. But like many of you brothers out there who are hardworking black men, be it African American, some of you brothers might be in Britain, some of you brothers might be from the continent or from the Caribbean. The more successful you are in your personal work, typically the more unsuccessful you are in your romantic dealings. I mean, I'll be honest, I lost 95% of my relationships because I work too much. And it's not that I really work so much, but rather the women that you date don't understand the amount of work that is needed to accomplish said goals. They don't understand it. You know, it really is amazing to say that, but they just don't. And really, when I think about this, guys, I'm typically dealing with a particular female. I mean, there's no what she looks like or how she is, but I'm dealing with the stereotypical female who has, number one, dated guys who she outworked. Okay, let's talk about that. She might work 40, 45 hours a week, and the guy might be doing a little bit less than her. So for her, she's encouraging him, okay? A lot of sisters out there are with guys that they are encouraging to do better. They have this www.rebuildanegro.com website where they go and they draft these niggas that don't have anything and that they are trying to motivate to become better guys. We know typically it doesn't work, but you have women out there, especially in the black community, that do this. They go to that website and they try to, girl, I can change them. And typically that leaves them in frustration because they invested their time into a guy. He was good. Maybe the intercourse was great. But at the end of the day, the guy is not on her level. And then she comes across a guy like me or you. A guy who doesn't need to be motivated. A guy who doesn't need to borrow your car. Okay. A guy who is, I mean, I'm in a different country every 45 days, 60 days, something like that. And I'm not bragging. I'm just saying a lot. Some of you brothers are like that, are like me. We are self-motivated. We create opportunities for ourselves. And we do some amazing things. Doors have opened because of the will. We've come from less than stellar circumstances. We don't want to go back to those. So we work. And we try to do things that put us in a better situation. We try to get more certifications. Some of you, we try to attend more schooling. We try to get more training. We're trying to move up and do better because we don't want to go back to where we were from. We've been there, didn't like how that felt. We are continuously working. And now we understand that we can get the maximum potential if we concentrate. If we focus on the work at hand, there are great things that we can do. We understand this as black men. Some of us, the ones that are doing very well. But the situation, and I want to say this with some black women because it's not true for all. You have black women who understand what you're trying to do, and they're in a similar environment as you. They get it. They might not understand everything about it, but they know if I can't contribute to a situation, let me not mess it up. let me just be an anchor for him. I know that he works hard. I know that he's trying to do these things for us. This is my role as a team. And I'm happy with that. I got to tell you, you have black women out there that will do that. Okay? For sure. They are there. And I think that women that are like this don't get enough credit. Right? And we have to be fair. Being fair is important on my platform. Okay? At least to a certain degree. There's sisters out there that would appreciate a black man like that. Well, again, I tell you guys, being smart and being talented, it's the hardest person to be paired with. Smart guys, hardworking guys, are guys who typically are going to have the hardest time in relationships. Because what ends up happening is, when she meets a guy like you, although she says she wants a guy that works a lot, she wants a guy that works hard, she wants a guy that puts the business and brings money, on the flip side, she's never met a guy like that. And she's never met a guy that isn't swayed, that puts the business first, that puts the career first. And she becomes frustrated. The money's there. The vacations are there. But your time is limited. And she doesn't understand that you have work to do. Now, it's funny. When she is working and she has work to do, there's no problem. She doesn't have a problem telling you that my career is first. I'm working. I'm doing this. But see, when the black man says that, this becomes a problem. And it's almost like, for some people, how dare you say that your career is first? See, in black female empowerment, because, in feminism, where women were treated bad and women's rights, women want to be able to be in the same workplace and be able to say that to men. But when a black man says that to a woman, it's almost like, what did you say? Yo, what comes before what? All of this? You ain't got no time for me? And see, really what it comes down to is a lot of women don't think, and I'm going to be honest, in the black community. Now, there's some women out there that come from certain families and certain levels of income in certain communities where they see black men like this. They're there. But even in Africa, even in black America, there are not a lot of black men that are really serious, okay? And when they come across black men that are very serious, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to respond to that. It's like, I heard that you have black men that work hard. I heard that you have black men that all that stuff, but I never met one. Well, now you're dating one. And a level of frustration and resentment can come in. And then you got to have that conversation. Like the Isley brothers say, I got work to do. I don't have time to sit here and sit around you and hug you all day. Because, see, I'm going to be honest. And this is going to sound maybe a little bit controversial. But, see, women's idea of work and men's idea of work are two different things. You say that you own a business and you work. But see, a woman's idea of business and a black man's idea of business, I'm talking about in the black community, we're talking about two different things. We're talking about two different levels of production. You're talking about you work hard until you meet me. And then you understand, oh, that is what work is. And I'm not saying this is true for everybody, because it's not. Definitely, you'll have sisters that have a good work. But for the most part, for the average female entrepreneur who says that she is busting her butts to do something, come see me. Come see some of the other guys. We will show you that you're not working as much as you think you do. We'll show you that. And then when they finally meet that, then all of a sudden, they don't know how to deal with it. A lot of sisters really don't, and I'm not saying that they can't, but because there are not so many black men that are advertised that do great things that work a lot, they're not really ready to to encounter such a person. I mean, they're ready to come across a nigga who don't have shit. They're ready to deal with the guy who's a bum or to put him out the house. But the brother that can tell you I have things to do, they're shocked. Like, what are you talking about? And this is something that I got to talk about, you know, and personally, if you're a guy that's a really hard worker and you have things you're trying to do, trying to accomplish, you're trying to build things, your romantic life is going to suffer severely, okay? I'm supposedly back in Poland, at least by the 25th when, you know, internal medicine starts. But I can tell you, I've been in Africa working every single day. Dog tired, trying to set things up. Every day. The level of things that you might need to do to get things accomplished, women don't understand it. They just don't. My mom didn't understand it. A lot of times my mom would try to tell me to, oh, you're working too hard. You're studying too hard. You're done. And why don't you take a break? And, you know, and it's like, Mom, you're telling me the wrong thing. Like, you don't understand what you're talking about. I actually need to be doing more than what I'm doing right now. And they just don't understand. You know, they see the benefits of what you have, but they don't understand how you do it. Like, they understand you have money, but they don't understand how you make money. So, guys, what do you think about that? Email me, leave a comment below. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. All my contact information is the first comment pinned to the top. This is your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson. Make sure you get your Black and Perfect t-shirt. Also pinned to the top in the comment section. Patreon, all the emails there. And as you know, guys, the buffoonery remain at an all-time high. I'm out.